to know the outcome?
No, we stayed in contact, in connection. He offered, he said, listen, if it makes a difference, if you think it would be great if I talk to him, I'm willing to talk to him, ahead of time. I said, let me see how it goes. Because I'd rather you talk to him after he's our coach. And he said, no, that'd be great too. So I texted him, sent him Dusty's number, and probably within 10 minutes of the agreement, thank you. He called Dusty and they talked on the phone. But he's extremely supportive. Took him through what I was doing. He felt great about the process I was going through and the way we were going about it, and very supportive. So he's awesome.
Or you said Dusty was at the top of your list. Was John Beilein himself on that list?
He was in the back of my mind, yes. Yeah. But a lot has changed to a certain degree. And I think, when John and I talked, I think he realized, man, do I want to get back into this NIL now, and this portal? But it really wasn't. It never came up where I offered him the job or anything. We just talked. It was a great conversation. That 90 minutes on Tuesday, and then at the end, I said, "Hey, I want you to come in." We started the conversation at 4:15 on Tuesday. So he said, "I would love to help you in any way you want me to." And I said, well, what are you doing at 4:15 tomorrow? So we can have a conversation about the candidates. And it happened at 4:30 because he was bringing his son and his family to the airport. But it was a great conversation.
So was he a candidate? Is it safe to say
no? I said he was in the back of my mind.
Guys, we got time for probably a couple more questions.
What kind of a role would you envision for him?
I think, listen, it's the same role. Hutch is here, Red was here. When they retired as legends, John is a legend in my mind. He just didn't retire. He left and went to the pros first. So, advisor to me, helpful to, Dusty. When Dusty, reaches out, not putting himself, inserting himself in it. But Dusty told him, and listen, I'd love for you to come to practice, watch practice, do all those things. So, but John and I will continue to talk, and it was great to reconnect with him, to reestablish the strong relationship we had before, and I look forward to him. He's definitely going to be around more because I think he sensed from me and I sensed from him that this is good for all of us, for Michigan, for him, for me, for Dusty, and I think in different ways he'll be around and there again to advise me and to advise Dusty and talk to Dusty about whatever he wants.
You've been more open with us, I guess, over the last 3 or 4 months. Kind of getting, your message out there and everything. Do you think that's important? Do you think that's important? Because obviously the public forms this perception of you based on stuff that, again, you said that they don't know. Do you feel it's important to kind of tell your side and explain yourself?
Here's what I'll say. And I don't know who here is a blogger or social media exclusive or reporters. But these are big times, and I'm not going to walk out the door and ignore the questions that you all may have. But I live my life doing what I think is best and doing the best job I can do for the University of Michigan. And I'm not here to argue with people who don't know, who talk about people on social media. Some of them whom are basically, what's it called when somebody from another school act like they're a Michigan fan? What's that called? Troll. I've heard that. I've heard that. Listen, if I'm at another school, given the success we've had in all the sports, 2 years of winning 13 conference championships, setting a record in the Big Ten, what we've done on the football field, hiring Dusty and what he's probably going to do on the basketball court, with all of our coaches and what they're doing. You know, I hired a lacrosse coach, a women's lacrosse coach, and a men's lacrosse coach. And our women's program is number 2. Our men's program won the Big Ten last year. I mean, so when I talk about doing the job that's important for me to do, that's what I talk about. But I enjoy this because it's a big day, right? But I'm not trying to do it to, I don't know, make people like me who don't like me. I don't care. I'm doing it to explain to you all so y'all have the background and y'all can put out the story of actually how it happened as opposed to listening to somebody on social media who has no idea.
Ward, I don't know if you were surprised, but
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. There could be people that were surprised that you were able to land Dusty over Louisville, a basketball school. What's that say about the hire afterwards? Did you think about that? And
says I can recruit. It says I can connect with people and talk to them about my vision and what I think they can do here and achieve. And that's what I do. That's what I've done. That's what I'll continue to work on as an AD. And then support him through every aspect of what he wants to do and be there by his side to do what I said I was doing and I do with all my other sports, is to support him, support those student athletes to have success. And so I think it says all of that, but it also speaks about the University of Michigan and that Block M. It also speaks about Big Ten basketball and the success we've had. So it's just, I think it's a whole combination. And I agree with Dusty. It's the right fit for Michigan. It's the right fit for Michigan. I'll tell you the other thing that sold me on it. 6 years at FAU, he could have left last year. He was the hottest coach out there last year. And he decided to stay with those kids. That says a lot to me about a person without having to speak any words at that time. I mean, you just look at it. I mean, how many coaches do that, right? And but it is the right fit for us.
We haven't asked you about chairing the playoff committee. What do you expect?
Oh, you're really digging deep.
I got him. What do you expect the position? To entail?
Maybe we'll end it on that question.
We're gonna end it on this question. Now they're talking about football selection committee. Good job.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I am looking forward to it. I had this is my 3rd year, my last year. Boo Corrigan at NC State was a great chair. I have big shoes to fill. But I'll have great colleagues that are participating and having the conversation, great leadership in our new executive director and Bill Hancock still being around, and Rich coming in, the general. He's a 2-star general, actually. So he doesn't want us to call him general, but that's how I refer to him a lot. But I think it'll be great. It'll be different because now we're 12 in the playoff, and so it'll be a little bit different in the discussion in how we actually set up the playoffs, with the four top conference champions having to bye. Last year would have worked out 1 through 4 were all conference champions. The year before, Georgia and Michigan were conference champions, but TCU and Ohio State weren't. So they would have been out, and I think Clemson and Utah would have been in. If I'm not, y'all can look at it. So that's going to be a little bit different. The way we pick the top 25 is going to remain the same. I mean, it's going to be discourse and conversation and rankings the same way. So.
Obviously, those guys all kind of catch a little bit of heat, because of the decisions that are made. It's a little bit harder with 4 and 5, maybe than 12 and 13.
Well, but it'll be the same.
I mean, do you feel?
I feel that I'm speaking on behalf of the committee.
Okay.
It's in the decisions they make. Last year was hard on all of us, and obviously hard for Boo to explain the decision of the committee. but I'm representing the committee. I'm not representing myself. There are 13 of us. We all vote. No one knows how each other votes. Only the staff and the executive director know who voted for what. None of us know how people vote unless somebody said it. So even as chair of the committee, I won't know. You get me? So I'm looking forward to representing the committee and representing college football as best I can. And what it'll add is add me on TV, so you'll have to look at this mug on TV every Tuesday night, you know? So
You'll want to get suggestions from social media. I'm just